This one is for those of you in the development, subdivide, value add space. What in this we're going to do in this scenario is we're going to come through, we're going to acquire an asset here this year of $750,000 with the ability to subdivide, keep the front house, sell off the vacant block at the back of the land, or we're going to, for example, keep the house that's a portion to the left side of the property, subdivide and sell off the vacant block to the right hand side. So there's that $750,000 acquisition there in 2025. Then in 2026, we're going to come through and we're going to develop that property. We're going to do a 1 into 2 lot subdivision. We're going to put an allowance in here for our council costs, whatever they are applicable to you. And then we're going to come through and we're going to give a final value to that front house or the left house. And we're going to keep that original mortgage that was taken out when we first bought that property. So we bought it for 750. It's grown in value to 800 and something in 2026. But let's put the final value back at what we originally paid for the property. Let's keep the original mortgage against it, and there's the rental yield that is going to be applied to that front house. And now we have apportioned off the vacant block, wherever it may be, to the side or to behind the front house or to the side of the left house, for example, and we're going to apply a value to that vacant block. It has no mortgage against it because all of the mortgage has gone against the front house, and it also has no rental yield. What we're going to do in this situation is we are then going to sell that vacant block of land to help retire debt out against the front house. So now we are going to come through, we are going to sell off that vacant block. There it is, worth 400 grand with no rental income coming through. We have sold that. Then what we are going to come through and see is that we will inherit a nice lump sum of cash after we have sold off that vacant block of land. And then we're going to use that cash proceeds to retire a portion of the debt out against that front house. So we've actually pocketed $400,000. We're going to use $400,000 to retire $400,000 of the $600,000 debt out against the front house. And so we can see that really, really nice and visually here from our offset and annual spends. We can see our cash take a really nice big spike up once we have sold that vacant block of land off, and then we are using the cash to retire debt out against that asset. So we've come through, we've pocketed a nice sum of money, and then we've retired the debt out against that asset, and we'll also be able to come through and see that here within our borrowing capacity chart. We can see that our liabilities were sitting there at $600,000, and then we use that nice chunk of cash to reduce our debt right down to $200,000. So we are now holding only $200,000 against that property there that was worth $750, where we originally had that $600,000 debt. And now our cash flow position has taken a really big spike up because we have gone from carrying a fair amount of debt against that asset to carrying very little. So now we not only hold that asset with very little debt against it, we're also now producing a positive cash flow stream from that property. And we can rinse and repeat that formula time and time again for our subdivision related clients.